Hello, everyone, and welcome to Victoria's Cantina. Today, we're having a look at the Kenner Batman Returns Catwoman action figure. This is another one that I had as a kid. From what I recall, Santa Claus brought this to me on Christmas morning back in 1992, and it was one that I really wanted. It was on my Christmas list because I was just so enamored with Catwoman as portrayed by Michelle Pfeiffer in Batman Returns, and I still love that portrayal very much. And I had to have the figure, so I was very happy that Christmas morning that I woke up and found it under the tree. The packaging here that Kenner did for the Batman Returns line is very, very nice. I really like the artwork on the card back. You got a very nice image there up top of the Michelle Pfeiffer Catwoman striking her whip, presumably at Batman. And it's just a very nice image, very nice artwork. And of course, the Batman Returns logo up there. And it says you get with whipping, arm, action, and taser gun. And those are the accessories that she comes with here. The figure's prominently displayed within. You can see everything that you're getting with the Kenner packaging. And at the back, you get some instructions on how to operate the whip. She does have a built-in action feature, as well as how to operate the taser projectile and launch it at her enemies. And I really like also the Catwoman text right there. The font is pretty fun. And you can see quite a few of the different figures that are available in this line, and including Penguin and some of the other ones. And some of the vehicles that were available, play sets, role play accessories, Batman armor set, I remember that. And just a lot of fun stuff that was available during that time. So, okay, let's go ahead and turn our attention to the figure herself. Now, the figure does have a very nice aesthetic to her. She does look like the Catwoman we saw in Batman Returns, which is really important. That's not something we saw with the Penguin, who looked nothing like Danny DeVito's Penguin in the movie, but it was still a great figure nonetheless. But this actually looks like Catwoman. Now, she is very hard to stand, and as a kid, that's one of the things that I was most frustrated with this figure, was that she was just very difficult to stand. That's why I have her in this kind of position, because that's about the only thing you can do in order to get her to stand, which is pretty unfortunate. It's a nice action-oriented pose, to be sure. But, I'd like it if she could stand a little more neutrally, especially when you give her weapons, which, do affect her center of gravity and her balance. But she is a really nice looking figure nonetheless. Give you a close-up here of the face. Does it look 100% film accurate? Of course not. It's an old Kenner toy. It's not supposed to. But it looks good enough. You can definitely see that it does look like the character as seen in the film. And the eyes are very nicely painted. This one actually has black or brown eyes, whereas in the movie, I think she had blue or green eyes. But you can also see that her eyes are nicely decorated. She's got some purple eyeshadow, and it looks like she's wearing some mascara. The lips are nice, bright red, just like Catwoman's were in the film. And the mask looks very nice. Skin tone's a little bit pale, but, so was she in the film, so it works. But there is a lot of nice texturing and detailing going on her cowl. And it's got a very cat-like look to it, which I guess is the point, right? And the rest of the character's outfit looks really good. I like this corset that she's got right there. And they did do a good job differentiating it from the rest of the figure in terms of sculpt. I think in the film it was a slightly different shade of black, but it's not a big deal. You can see that she's got all the stitching and stuff here on the figure herself. And I think in the film it was more where, you could see the stitching, there were white stitches. Here they're just black. The arms, you can see that she doesn't have those claws on her fingers, but they're kind of shaped in a way that makes it simulate maybe she's kind of trying to do a cat scratch or something, especially this left hand here. Right hand too, maybe just a little bit. And the legs are really nice looking too. The boots look great. I really like all the laces and all the details. And of course she does have heels on, so that's part of the reason she's hard to stand. But very nice looking figure overall. I really do like what they did with it. Now in terms of articulation, she's a 5 POA figure, so you can rotate her head right there at the neck. You can rotate both of the arms. Now keep in mind that the right arm is the action feature arm, so you do kind of got to, just secure it into place by popping it in place. You can hear that little spring in there. And then you can rotate both of her hips, and they both go forward like this. and it's actually a lot of movement that she gets. You can spin them all the way around, which is kind of funny. But yeah, very good, very adequate for a Kenner action figure. Now, in terms of accessories, she has her whip, which of course was one of her key weapons in the film. It's really nice that she has that. And the whip is basically just like a very glossy, very soft, pliable black. I mean, it feels like rubber maybe. It's very, very soft. And as you can see, it kind of goes all over the place when you shake it, which was always one of the fun things about this figure. Now, getting it into her hand, you just slide it there into the right hand like that. It goes in very easily. And now what you'd want to do to activate the action feature is just pull her arm back up there like that and let it go. And it's a very quick action. Like, you can barely even see the whip moving because it moves really quickly. But yeah, it's fun. I mean, this is what she did in the film, so it only makes sense that her figure would do the same thing. So if you want to have her whip on Batman, you could do that. And then she's also got this, what's referred to as a taser on the packaging. And the only reason it's called that is because in the film, Catwoman did have a taser that she stole early on in the film and used like twice. So that's basically what this is supposed to look like. I mean, it does kind of look like the taser that she has in the film, sort of. Obviously, it wasn't this large or didn't have this button for, connection and all that. So it's a very vague representation of what she had. And then it's also connected by string to this projectile right here. And you can see that the top of that does kind of look a little bit like that taser she had in the film too. So you basically just plug it in like that, and then you shoot it. And you can't lose it because it is attached to the string. Now, to attach it to Catwoman, you did see those hooks down there. You just kind of press it on her forearm right there. And it kind of, it opens up a little bit to accommodate the wrist. It doesn't stay perfectly still unless you kind of rotate it around. So you could do that. And I like putting it on the left wrist versus the right one because, the right one moves around like that. Mistletoe can be deadly if you eat it. But a launching laser projectile could be even deadlier if you mean it. Now, in terms of the height, you're going to be looking at about 4¼ inches. And again, that is because she is standing in this strange pose. If she were standing perfectly upright, if she were capable of doing that anyway, she'd be a lot closer to 4½ inches. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so there you have it. This is the Kenner Batman Returns Catwoman action figure. Overall, I think they did a very nice job with this figure. Aesthetically, she looks great. She's got a very nice aesthetic that is very close to what we saw in the film. The face paint is very nice. I like the colors of her makeup. Her outfit looks great, very screen accurate. And the whip and the launching taser launcher missile thing are both very nice. The action feature, while perhaps not necessarily necessary, is still a fun little thing. I really like how she swings the whip, and it is a very nice added touch. So you do get a lot of play value with this figure, which is very important. So overall, I really like the figure. If you're a fan of Batman Returns, or you're a fan of these older Kenner Batman action figures, then this is one you definitely need to add to your collection. Alright, my friends, I hope that you've enjoyed this video. If so, do give us a like, do subscribe, let me know your thoughts down below. Be sure to follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and as always, I'd like to thank you for tuning in to Victoria's Cantina. Until next time, my friends, bye-bye.